How's everyone doing? This is in the AM of Thursday, 2:40 AM. There's a nice little, sorry about that red streak. I can see it running in there. I'm going to have to do something about this cam. Anyway, this is a little article. Stem cells created from cloned human embryos. So let's read along if you haven't already read about it. This is dated today. Scientists for the first time have derived thriving colonies of embryonic stem cells from human embryos created using cloning technology. Experiments documented in an article released today by the journal Nature. A team of scientists from the New York Stem Cell Foundation laboratory claim they created 2 lines of the cells through the use of somatic cell nuclear transfer, the less emotionally and politically charged term for cloning. The accomplishment moves science closer to the long elusive goal of using cloning, in which an adult cell is fused with an egg and activated to make an embryo, to create stem cells that match patients. Scientists hope that cells could one day be used to treat or even cure diseases like diabetes and usher in an era of so-called regenerative medicine. But there's an important catch to the announcement. Unlike normal stem cells, the cells obtained by the team also included DNA from the human eggs used in the process, resulting in a highly abnormal 69 chromosomes rather than the usual 46. Well, that's big news. That makes the cells useless for therapy, but, argued lead scientist Dieter Egli in a press conference with reporters, the cells can be used to address important questions like asking how these cells compare to other stem-like cells. We now have a reliable assay to build on to conduct future research. And you come down and keep it going. And you have a guy from the University of California stem cell program. He says yes, that was an accomplishment. It's not going to lead to a therapy, but from a longer term perspective it is important. It will help to tease out the reasons why human cloning has been so difficult. I thought that human cloning was out of the question. Now we're getting back into something. Dolly the sheep, first cloned mammal, was announced in '97, and ever since science has been trying to make human blastocysts, the embryonic stage at which stem cells can be harvested. A scandal involving a Korean team that claimed to have done it rocked the field when their claim turned out to be fraudulent. In '08, a small San Diego biotech, Stimogen, announced that it created human blastocysts by cloning. A company spokesman told MSNBC.com that it has done it twice since. Efforts to derive long-lasting stem cells have failed. Or have they? This new experiment appears to elucidate the main problem. Unlike cloning in other animals that have been cloned, the New York team demonstrated that certain factors in the human egg's nuclear DNA are required to make resulting stem cells viable. And then it goes down to be a little more descriptive of what they thought. It's not that much longer and y'all can finish it out, but it is, well, it is what it is and it speaks what it says. And make no doubt about it, if they're telling you this now, they're already far ahead of what they're telling you. So, I've been looking at something for the last few days. I think it looks really cool. This is the Sun. This is from the 1st, so it is a few days old. But Like I said, I've been looking at this thing for a few days, and well, you've probably already seen it, maybe not, but you'll see something pretty big that looks like what it looks like. It looks big, and it kind of don't look like a comet, but it could be. But it sure looks gnarly going in there. And then down here, this thing down here looks like other pictures that we've seen that has that spacecraft shape. I said the word because that's what it looks like. That's all I can say. So I'll start it here, and we'll see if we can slow it down real good. You see, whenever I started it, that thing down here just kind of went away. It don't stay very long. Well, I've slowed this down pretty good. And then it'll go in there, and if you haven't seen it, it makes a nice big blast. But that thing does look pretty big, doesn't it? Whatever that thing really is. Well, I've watched this a lot of times so far. Look at that. That's giant. And that thing down there in the beginning of the film, whenever it showed that craft looking thing, that's really what, you know, the thing that flew into the sun, yeah, but, and then there's another whiz by of something, but that thing that flew into the sun, I was looking at that one thing down there in the lower corner. You know, where did it go? What happened to it? And it didn't really show. At least I didn't see it. Maybe it went by, I missed it or something, but I watched it a whole bunch. At least in this one it looked like it went away. Play it through a little faster. So what do you guys think it is? You think that was a comet? Whatever it was pretty big. I haven't seen anything, you know, that big. I don't know if it ever. It just, wow. And then it just exploded it out here. So this is part of the reason that we watch the sun, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on with it that results in impact down here. That's part of the reason we, looked at Comet Ellen in the way we did, because it was going to be thought to do something maybe with the sun. There's that thing again. We'll just play it faster. You can watch it blow out the back a little bit faster. So what do you think is going on? That's the biggest thing I've seen. You see comets and stuff pulled into it and they burn up and everything, but wow, I really can't describe that right now because I'm not sure truly what that was. So let's go over here for a minute real quick, or more than a minute, take more than a few. Let's see what we're doing with the earthquakes. We're not real bad off, but we do have on the 5th. Arkansas saw some action with the 3.4. Now, up here in the Canadian region, you don't have anything. Up here in Alaska, on the mainland area, you don't really have much. 2s and such. Down here in California's area, they had a 2-1 on the 6th, low magnitude. On the 5th, they had a 3, and a 3-2 on the 5th, and a 2-4 on the 5th, and a 2-8 on the 6th. So they're having something, a 2 on Nevada on the 5th. You see those little ones there. There's not really too much going on around here. You got a 4-2 in Mexico on the 6th. You got a 4-7 on the 5th in Venezuela. Down here along these little islands. You got a 3-1 on the 6th in the Dominican Republic, a 3-2 on the 6th in the Puerto Rican region. You know, you have a 3-3 on the 4th Puerto Rican region, 2-9 Virgin Islands on the 5th, 3-1 Virgin Islands region on the 4th. So that's usually about the magnitude you'll see, right around the 3 range in there most of the time. Oh, there we are. See, I've marked it right there. Now, why don't they take this off? Is anybody else on any of your different 3D globe browsers or anything, does this show UARS still floating around being tracked up there? UARS. Anyway, we'll keep going. A 3-8 on the 5th in Alaska, a 3-2 in the 6th on the Alaskan Peninsula right over in that area. A couple days ago, 4-6 in Russia. Japan, a 4-9 on the 5th, 4-7 on the 5th, 5 on the 4th, and these are past ones on the 2nd. You're not doing too bad down here. 4-8 in the Philippines on the 5th, 4-2 on the 5th in Indonesia, over in that portion. You get a 4-3 in the Solomon Islands, and that would be on the 5th. And you have a 4-6 on the 5th on the North Island of New Zealand. We're going to come and say to my friend in Australia, Jay, you guys are looking really good. Nothing going. I'm glad. Well, we're going to come over here and look around over in this area. And they've had a little bit. You had a 4-9 in China on the 5th. You had a 4-7 a couple of days ago in Tajikistan on the 4th, 4-7, 4-6 in Afghanistan on the 4th. Down in that southern area, there's nothing going on over here. This big giant hunk here never hardly has anything going on there. This region here, they have had some. A 5th at a 4-1 in Greece, and on the 4th they got a 4-6. 4-7 on the 4th in Romania. Now let's see if we go way up here. We have a 4-6 on the 5th in the Greenland Sea. And We have a 5-4 on the 5th in the Rick James Ridge. That's out kind of in the middle of nowhere, sort of, isn't it? So that's what we're doing on our throbbing right now. No 6s, thank goodness. No real high magnitude 5s. Which leads to my next and final installment of this video. And I do this to help out a friend of mine. And you all know who he is. Many of you do, some of you may not. Henning. And let's go here first. This is Henning's usual normal channel under his usual name, channel name, 2010 The Countdown. Okay? So he has put out a video that YouTube did not like, apparently. Those of us that know him have already watched it, and we saw and heard absolutely nothing that we can understand why he would be banned, or not banned, but suspended from his channel. And what I would like myself, I can't speak for him, I'm sure he feels the same way in more ways than one that I can describe. But I for myself, and many of us that watch, would like to know what was the action that resulted in the suspension. Was it some words that he said? Was it that the noises that were being recorded, you're claiming, are the property of another entity? What specifically is it that was done so that he and us, the viewers, who also make videos, will know that you will not allow? Because we're not seeing anything when we watch the video that you suspended him for. We look at the video and we don't see anything. You suspend him and tell him whatever you told him about the video, why it was. And we look at it and try and see what you said, and we don't see it. So we need to know. And we think that it's wrong. I do, because I can't see anything wrong with it. And if I can't, then there's a likely chance that sometime that maybe I could do something the same way and think it's okay, because you never defined what specifically it was that you were disallowing. So that's what I would like to know. I know I'll never get an answer because you're not going to respond to me. But I hope whoever's screening my video that hears this will give Henning an answer. So we started out on his channel, and I explained to you that he has been suspended from his channel. He cannot get into this channel. So any subscribers and whatnot, viewers, that's why you haven't seen 2010 The Countdown putting any new videos up by 2010 The Countdown, because he can't get in. We can get in and watch and stuff like that, but he can't get into his own channel here, and he's got a whole lot of material wrapped up in it that he's being denied to be able to do anything with because it's all here. Okay? So I'm going to move to this one. This one here I will compare to 2010 The Countdown situation. Now, What does that say? That says account terminated, 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 terminated. Now, if I remember right, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm always open to being corrected if I am. But I think when this happened here, that this guy here was only gone for like 1 day. I don't think it was more than that. It may have been, but 2 days at the most. Because I remember I liked it keeled over whenever I came back, and he was back on in like 1 day. Because I remember what he had said, he was going to appeal it. And I didn't see how it had been appealed and granted in his favor so quickly. So you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was in 1 day. Now, Henning has been more than a day. So therein lies the confusion of the suspension. Also, if this one had his account terminated, and Henning's has only been suspended, if I've got that right, I think it's just suspended. Then why is the suspension longer than the termination of this one? And how was it found that this one could be terminated and then, oops, no, you're not terminated so quickly, but Henning he has been a week at least now. I know it's got to have been a week, because I started wondering what's going on like a week ago. So please help us to understand how this one came back in 1 day, and he's being denied. So let's go here. This is Henning's new channel. Okay, everyone, he's not gone. He's still here. They're just messing with him and making it difficult for him to get to you and transfer to you what has happened, because you don't know where to look for him at. So I'm helping to let everyone know where to look for Henning at. And you see it? I'll put all the link in. This is Henning Kimner's new channel, The Countdown Backup. You see it? This is the one that he's doing right now. He can't get into his other one. See? Henning. See, this is his. He wants you to know it. And I want you to know it too. Henning Kimner, The Countdown Backup. Did you hear that? The Countdown Backup. So I would like everybody that didn't know how to find him, here it is. And if you would, for him and as a favor to me, help him get back up until he can, hopefully they let him back into his new channel, or his old channel I mean, his real channel, not too long from now. Hopefully they'll lift the suspension and he can get back in his usual channel. But until then, this is where he's at. So tell all your friends and ask them to tell all their friends, and let's make it exponential so that we can grow it back to everybody finding out what has happened, and you can go and see. You can go and be able to, write him and stuff from here and everything also. So be aware that something strange is going on within this site. I don't know. I have my own view, but I have no proof. It is just a thought. It is just a suspicion. But I have my own view on what may be going on. But I would rather talk about that privately in a personal message rather than spew it out here to where it could be somehow used. Because we have to be careful now, I guess, within this site to a certain degree, or for whatever reason maybe you won't be able to get on your channel anymore for a period of time or whatever. So okay everyone, 2010 The Countdown. This is him. The Countdown Backup. So there you go, my friend. I've tried to help you. I hope it works. It can't hurt. It can only help. The more the help, the more the word of truth gets out, what's going around and what's going on. So let me know, what do you think that thing was that flew in there? And then, bammo, a huge blowout. And what do you think that little thing was down there that I thought looked like a craft? Y'all let me know. I appreciate your input. Y'all a fine group of friends. I like all the videos that you send me. Some interesting things we discuss. I'm praying that we can keep up this lull period here, because it sure is enjoyable to kind of be able to watch things and sort of relax, like normal. And I hope it keeps up. I surely do. We have some dates coming up, as we know. We have to see, as we did in September, if the dates are going to hold true, or if we're going to be able to just blaze right through them like we did in September. So there we go. It's kind of like sort of in a way like Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Sort of like that in this case. We really don't know what we're going to get until we get it, if we get anything. So I'll talk to y'all real soon. Henning, I don't think it's right what they've been doing. I hope they get it right. I hope they get it right real quick, and I hope it never happens to you or anybody again for whatever that reason is that I still don't know what it is. So, and you don't either. We may never know. But we've asked them, and I've asked them, and maybe they can give some more clarity on it, but don't hold your breath. So folks, coming up upon the weekend, let's get the next 2 days out, and then let's just enjoy our weekend. Y'all be good. God bless you. Y'all my friends. I appreciate every one of you. I pray for all of you. I'll talk to you soon. Keep them eyes on the skies.